first of all,
Yeah.
you've got yourself a husband.
He's not my husband.
You got yourself a boyfriend.
No, I got myself an interest.
Come on, Blackwell! We've always had this discussion, okay, about, you know, you've always been like, I need a guy. Why does no one ever want me? And now you've found a brilliant geezer.
To be fair, he's pretty great.
We see you on a date with Harvey, okay? At this point, it's just so sweet and so innocent. Were you nervous on that date? Was that like quite a big thing for you?
Yeah, I was really nervous. I wasn't sure if I was going to go or not, to be fair. It went around my head like
You were going to blow him off?
No, I didn't.
Not in that way. I'm sure that happened after the date. Did that happen after the date?
What, did I blow him off? No, it took a while until that happened.
What's your favourite attribute about Harvey?
He just makes me laugh. And that for me is key. Like, you have to be with someone who you just laugh with and you can have a really good time with.
The thing with you and Habbs, I think that as she's around him more often, I think it will start getting a lot easier.
I would never have done this, and this is honest truth, if Habbs hadn't moved on. If she was still single, still told me that she liked Harvey, obviously, and said from the get-go, do not do that, I wouldn't have done it. But I did not think that our friendship had to fully be over, especially as she's forgiven Liv, like, you know, and everyone else, and it's just me she hasn't.
Is it weird, or is it nice having Miles, and how's he been throughout the whole situation? Because you guys live together, so
Yeah.
It's you, Miles, and Habbs. You know, he might feel slightly in the middle. Has he been sort of taking anyone's side, or has he been pretty neutral? Switzerland, what's he been doing?
No, me and Miles have always been a lot closer than Habbs and Miles anyway.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Me and Miles just get on really well. We have a really, really lovely, like, bond. It's a brother and sister that, like, sort of love. It's just...
Oh, that's a bit weird, isn't it? Because didn't you have sex?
No, why? No, we genuinely didn't.
Did you not?
No.
You can tell me. It's on what tell anyone.
No, I would tell you, but no, we didn't. There were, like, a couple of close calls, but thank the Lord.
Wait. Give me an example of a close call. What's a close call?
I did wake up in his bed with my top off.
Well, there you go.
No. We both literally looked at each other, and basically what happened was I went, you're not going to believe me, but this is the honest.
You made a slingshot out of your bra, and you were
basically, we were just chatting. I fell asleep. I got boiling hot in the night, took my jumper off, because I am that comfortable around him. Do you know what I mean? He's seen me naked about 100 times. Like, it's just not weird that I do that.
I understand. I'm in the same group. We've all seen each other naked, haven't we,
But
really?
I basically looked at him and he looked at me and we were like, no. And it took us like a minute to figure out, oh, thank God. Like, we didn't. Like, thank God. Because we were...
But actually, you're saying thank God, but inside you're like, God, I just wish we had.
No, I don't. I really don't. I'm glad that was not the case. Just because... you know, I don't want anything to ruin our friendship, and there's a line, and that was so overstepping it, and it just wouldn't be good.
We do have to touch on Emily Blackwell quickly.
I mean, what I would say is never say never. Wise words from Justin Bieber, never say never. It's one of those things where my relationship with Emily is so amazing. I absolutely adore the girl, but I also absolutely hate her sometimes. And I think I've like spoken to friends about this before. It's something I realized. I've actually never met someone, been friends with them for like a few years and then dated them. And I fear that one day the person that I will end up with will be that person. That I feel like someone is already in my life that I've not really realized and acknowledged that I actually probably will end up with, because I've never had a base friend, like a friendship and something that you can grow into. Whereas I've always gone through, okay, let's date, let's hook up, let's, you know, make something out of it. So that's what's interesting. So who knows, you know, she could be the one in like 5-10 years time.
You and Jay at the end of, like, obviously what had been a pretty savage series for the both of you, coming together and showing a united strength and showing like an enormous amount of love. For other people, it might have broken them to be going through that kind of turbulent time, right? And you can't get away from it. And the fact that you guys actually found a way and found a place to actually put it all behind you and just sort of show so much love, I actually really, really, really loved it.
Oh, thanks, Sam. Yeah, I think it's crazy, because also, like, you know, we're all so close and we're always together and everyone talks about everything and it all gets on top of each other. And particularly with Jamie and I, because Jamie's obviously, as you know, so he's really protective. So then it always came home with us as well. So it's like, yeah, it was an intense series.
Are you talking to Emily Blackwell?
No, Emily's not reached out to me once off camera, but obviously on camera she did. But like, that's totally fine. Like, you know, it's just.
So this is it, friendship over, gonzo.
Well, no, I have nothing like I don't like, obviously in the time it was so heated and like, you know, looking back, obviously everyone's like, oh my God, you and Jamie did the same. And I so see where people are coming from. You will be able to agree with it. And like in many ways we did. When you're in that position, it's like the same with you. It wasn't, you really never had an issue with me, but you obviously, Jamie, and your friendship.
Yeah.
It was the betrayal from a friend, and yeah, you know, obviously you and Jamie made friends because.
Well, that's the point, though, Habbs. We made up.
He reached out to you. I've not had any reaching out to him, but that's also totally fine. I'm like, totally fine.
It's fine. Your voice is going 7 octaves high. It's
okay, everyone. No, like it just is what it is. It's just obviously weird because, you know, we lived together for 2 years, and there's a lot of memories and blah 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 blah, and it's weird to not speak to somebody. But I think that I'm really like an emotional person, so I can't really control whether I'm angry, upset, whatever. So obviously Jamie's so protective, but you know, it should have just been between Emily and I.
Yeah. And what do you think about Harvey? Do you harbour any bad feelings towards him, or is it just Emily at the time you were feeling like a little bit betrayed? Do you think Harvey had any part to play in that?
It wasn't to do with him dating somebody. It was more so that, you know, it was more so between Emily and I. And I think he just probably got the brunt of it, really.
Every Monday, I'm literally like, come, here we go. Lovely.
I'm like, triangle. Dry those tears up, you baby. I want to bitch slap my own face and be like, man the fuck up.
What would you say has been the most interesting part of this series, other than obviously what's been
Tiff, Zara knew?
Shouldn't have asked it. I just think that hopefully in the not too distant future, Zara and Tiff are going to be good pals, because I don't
keep on dreaming, Sam. You keep on dreaming.
I don't think at the moment it's happening. and
I'm gonna be with you and really hope that happens.
Do you know what I really wanted it to be like? Was like when you and Zara first met, you were brunching after a couple of days.
Yeah, we got on really well.
I don't know, but it's one of those things that I actually thought that by this point in time I'd be prying them away from each other. I thought they'd be like, oh, we're such good friends. I'm like, it's getting a bit weird.
Maybe
but it's gone the opposite direction.
Inherently don't get on. Like they just don't see eye to eye.
Why is that?
Or you have got something to do with it.
I've got a what?
Or you've got something to do with it.
Nah. I don't think it's that. I think
it might be that one. I think it might be you getting into Ubers, maybe crossing of the wires.
Oh, mate, that Uber journey was just the worst. You know what? Do you know how it went down, right? I said to her, I was like, anyway, Tiff, absolutely lovely to talk to you properly. This has been a long time coming. I'm going to go, so I've got to be up early tomorrow. And she went, oh, I'm going to go anyway as well. Do you want to share an Uber? Now, at that junction, right, I don't know whether it's more awkward to go, no, that would be weird, or just the people please like myself and go, yeah, all right, fuck it. Like, I
actually get what you mean. I probably would have been like, yeah, all right. Because really
otherwise you make it even more uncomfortable.
It looks like then you're like in love with her and you're like, oh God, I can't
believe it. It makes it more weird. It's like, why is that weird, Sam? We're just two random people.
Yeah.
If Tiff was the best thing to ever happen to you, what's Zara? She's
the relationship was the best thing to happen to me.
Okay.
So because I've got my wand here, by the way, and this is actually Hermione's wand, and it basically it allowed me to grow. But now Zara's the best. I've never been happier. Genuinely, I've never been happier and more content.
When did you buy that wand? When things got a bit serious and you'd got yourself into a web of lies. You're like, right, it's only magic. Only
magic can save me now.
So how are you feeling about Little Ears, our little vegan, being back in the group?
I imagine you mean Tiff, don't you?
Who else?
It's nice having her back. I haven't seen her in ages, and I know that she's friends with like everyone. And I think that she's changed a lot, man. Like she's obviously grown a lot, I think, anyway. And you know what? If I was ever to have an ex back in my life in terms of sort of like hanging with my friends, then why not Tiff? She's a lovely girl. Are you happy she's back? Because you guys are really tight, aren't you?
I'm over the fucking moon that she's back. I've got my little buddy back.
Well, I mean, that you did need one after that Melissa argument.
Don't get me started. You, Miles, Tiffany, and Zara.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Whoa.
How's it like now?
You know what? I really wanted to have that conversation. I think there's no worse thing to do than like just tread on eggshells around a situation that you know is like happening. And I think the more you leave things like that, the worse it gets and the more speculative it gets. And people go, oh, is it because they still like each other? Is that why they're not seeing each other? Like, oh, do they dislike each other? Do they loathe each other? And I just think that it was great to just really quickly nip everything in the bud and be like, you know what? You're a really nice person, well, I think anyway. Miles, fair play on him for communicating with me and being honest. And that's all I can really ask for.
How is Zara about it all?
I just think that I need to be conscious of my girlfriend's feeling as well as trying to make everyone else feel like it's okay. And it's a balancing act that I'm still getting used to, but I think as time goes on, I'll get better. And I think things will get easier. But yeah, it wasn't easy to watch Zara crying for sure. This is your second time of Tea with Thompson. You are a natural now. Do you know what? You're a returning guest. But this time, things are different. This time, you're a lesbian.
Just to clear it up pretty quickly, I'm not actually, that wasn't me like coming out. It was me basically saying, a girl asked me out.
And you went for it.
Well, why not? Yeah, that was it. So the reason I didn't really tell anyone about it is because I knew it'd be blown into some huge thing, which I don't think it is. Everyone can fancy anyone. It doesn't really matter what their sort of gender is, I guess.
So did she initiate the 70-30 or what did you do?
I think it was 50-50.
No, it's not 50-50 because she wouldn't have known that you might have been keen.
Well,
so,
I'd already kissed her before this date though.
So how did you do it? I am the girl in question, who I know, by the way, and you're you, right? Was it kind of like I've had a really good night? Was it your classic?
No, it wasn't the awkward Sam Thompson, do I this? This is what you would have, and then you'd hit your head and then like
Then they swerve.
On our first date, Sam was like, I would like to kiss you if that's okay.
Oh, illegal.
Got to ask permission.
No one says that, by the way. You don't tell someone you're going to kiss them. No, it was not awkward in the slightest. It was just like, we're drinking and then like, yeah, it's all very normal.
I'll just finish it by saying I think that you're in a fucking good place right now. I love seeing it. I love seeing how far you've come since your breakup with Digby. You're in such a good place, and just long may it continue.